Was geht ab? Hey guys, and welcome. Let me adjust my volume. There we go. This is better. Okay, hi and welcome to Friday and our NFP day 2 day. So let's start again with this is not how it's supposed to be. Let me see. Hold on. This should be different. Now I know. Let me switch to NQ. Yeah, there we go. This is how All right, there we go. We got our weekly candle up here. We made a huge down move, took out some sell side, like nothing really changed to yesterday. We just took a bit more in terms of sell side, but I think this level we already had it yesterday. Yeah, so nothing really changed in terms of sell side we took. We're just dancing around on the same level as we did yesterday. Um, in fact, we made a lower low on the hourly, but we will talk about this in a few. Mm, we have our daily levels where we got this those two up close candles here and several up close candles behind us, which could act as kind of a break, an order block. Um, I eyeball this one here, and yeah, I want to see the reaction of it, and it looks pretty much, I guess we were not able to, we looked at it yesterday as well, we were not able to close um, above its 700. Yeah, somewhere here, like even a bit lower. Let's say it's here. We were not able to close above, and every time we wicked above it, we immediately crashed down. So this is something to me where I want to see price react of it as soon as we reach it after closing below it. Like for example, today, if we would hit it, I want price to see. I want to see price with a huge down move away from it. And yeah, so basically on the 4 hour chart, we respected this fair value gap. I outlined it Wednesday and Tuesday, I guess. Yes. Um, that I want to see the resistance here, and I want to see how price is reacting here, or the highest point where I wanted to see price was in this inversion level. And we in fact reached it, but we had a very strong reaction immediately, two times. Like the first reaction was stronger than the second one, but still the second one showed us that we weren't able to close inside of it. So we just were able to close below in this fair value gap here. All right. Yeah, about the hourly, I will not stick to that very long. This is just where I want to show you. We have Thursday. Hold on, we haven't even made a lower low today. This is from yesterday PM session. So today we haven't even made a lower low. All right, let's switch to the 15-minute chart. There we go. Again, we had a nice consolidation within Asia and London, but this time we took with London both of the Asian extremes out, like the Asian range was taken out by the London range high and the Asian range low was taken out by the London range low. So none of them are anymore in play, neither the Asian nor the London range low. Why? Because we took out just recently, like 1 hour ago, the London range out with this move here. And yeah, so um, those are not anymore any points of interest for me, at least not those two. What I eyeball here is the last day low, and I'm not pretty sure about it. Like today, due to the fact that we have NFP Friday, I need something really obvious. Like I wouldn't enter just if my pattern appears. Like if we go below it and then above it, I would not enter in a fair value gap inversion level or so. I would wait until we go below it. We take the sell side out, and then just if we do a shift in the market structure, so break the downtrend to an uptrend, then I would enter in something like an imbalance, for example, or an inversion. But I need the change of the market structure first. So I would try to minimize my risk as much as possible. Well, in terms of the other indices, we have our low at 42361.1, and this one is 40, hold on, 42361.5. So we have a divergence, a very, very small one, like a very, very small one, 26.1. And no, 30. We have the low of 42361, and here it's 42361.1, and this is zero point 0.5. Yeah, we get a little divergence, like a very, very, very small one here. Let me draw it out. There we go. This line looks straight, but in fact it isn't. If you wait, it seems straight even if I, yeah, like we talk here about 0.4 points, like 4 ticks in the Dow, because the Dow is CFDC, I guess. It's like this one from capital.com is not a real indice because the Dow would be YM, I guess. Yeah, there we go. So let's choose this one. It's a bit clearer and a bit easier to explain it on this one. So here we got a clearer one. This one goes lower, and both indices like Nasdaq and ES is looking for higher prices here. So it's kind of a dilemma here, because if we go with Dow below this level and the ES would follow, we would terminate our divergence here because the ES is in general heavier today. Like at least it's nearer to the last low as the NQ is. And the difference between the last low and the recent low is lower than in the NQ, like way lower. Even if you implement the difference between those two in terms of the average range, it's still like a lot lower. Like we talk here about 0.75 points, right? While the Nasdaq, we talk about 20 points. So if the Nasdaq goes lower, we will lose our divergence, and this would kill my entry, to be honest. Like so I wouldn't enter because I cannot enter either ways, because either it's not giving me my pattern, which leads to no entry, or it gives me my pattern but terminates the divergence, which would higher my risk to be wrong, which would kill my entry for the long as well. So seems like in both cases I will not take the trade. The only outcome which would lead me to consider going long would be if the NQ makes a lower low, but the ES does not. Let's see. Would be cool if this would happen, but I don't think so. I really don't think so. I think if the NQ makes a lower low, the ES will do the same. Let me check. I think we're done with the news. Holy shit, we got the Fed Powell will speak today. It's in 3 hours. It's in 3 hours, so it's in 3 hours. So I will just use the window from my favorite macro, like 950 to 1010. If price isn't giving me my entry, then I'm completely out. Like I will not take any trade 2 hours before Powell is speaking. Powell is speaking. Um, so also Trump is speaking today again. Let's see. Let's see. So we get our opening now. Not what I want to see. I'm going higher here, but yeah, let's see how this plays out. So let's switch to the 1 minute. And let's see if we already got a first presented fair value gap, but we don't have it now. So I will just wait what the first presented fair value gap would do. And I hope it will built after the macro from 9:15 to 10:10. So this is our last day low from yesterday, which I want to see price to go below. And after it, like, look, this would be my perfect trade right now. Let me draw it out for you. So where's my path here? There we go. What I wanted to see, or what I want to see still, is going below the last day low and just taking out this sell side here, right? I just wanted to wick below, then go above it again, and then like build the first presented fair value gap somewhere here. But it's built it. I'm pretty sure we will go to the 1 minute chart in a few, and then I want to see it go to the opening range gap high. But as it seems right now, we will probably go there now. So let's draw the level out on the 1 minute as well. This is our opening range gap high. Why opening range gap high? Because we opened lower than our closing yesterday was. So the range, the opening is the open or the range is higher than our open was. That's why opening range gap high. And um, hold on, it's 9:30. This here would be our opening range gap low. So this here is that's the level. We don't want it to be extended, right? So there we go. Mm, if we go higher before, like if we go through the opening range gap high, what is seek and destroy? Yeah, like I got a good example for seek and destroy. I will show it to you. So just let me split this and make it smaller. There we go. So basically, seek and destroy is when you, where do we have it? We had it, uh, hold on, stick with me. I just want to search a nice example. There we go. Yeah, like this one here is a good example for seek and destroy. Seek and destroy is when you have no clear direction of the price. Like it takes out every time another direction. For example, if you start at 9:30 here, you have this low, it takes out this low, and you would think that it will go lower, right? But it does not. Like in fact, it turns to go higher, takes out these highs. Then it goes lower, takes out the lows from the recent low again, and then it goes higher again. Like you have no clear direction. It's not a sober price action where price is taking out one low after another. It's just seeking the liquidity and it's destroying it. Like you have no chance to put a good stop loss somewhere without being liquidated because the range is very low. The range is mostly for NQ somewhere between 50 to 100 points, and it's very difficult to catch the highs or the lows. For example, if you compare it to something like this one here, this is a pretty clean price action, right? Like you got a pretty nice direction here. You get a few entries within fair value gaps within higher time frame key levels, which would be this new week opening gap here, for example, or like this cluster of new week opening gaps. Um, but to be all honest, the way I learned it was through ICT mentorship 2022. It was the one where he is introducing the breaker, and this one is pretty nice. Like there is one lesson where he explains pretty good what's seek and destroy. So I hope it's a bit clearer to you now. Like basically seek and destroy already tells you what it is. It's just hunting liquidity, and it's not really having a clear direction or a clear target. It's just zigzagging, ping-ponging around to take out sell and buy side um, without a nice price action. So I hope I was able to make it a bit clearer for you. So we'll, and if you want the video from ICT, I can send it to you in the DMs. So um, you can watch watch it directly from the source where I learned it from. I get a recent video where I explain it live in a live. You're welcome. So on the 1 minute we got our um, on the 1 minute we got our first presented fair value gap now. It's this one here. Just let me change the color to red so it's a bit more obvious. Today is the 7th of March. So um, obviously we made this first presented fair value gap after testing the opening range gap high. Then we have gone lower just to build an inversion level after it. So this one here would be our inversion. Come on. This one here would be our inversion level. There we go. For me, for an entry, we would have had to go into it. Like we did not. We just made this inversion level, closed it, entered the half point of this wick, and then shoot it higher, which is not a good entry for me. Like that's nothing I want to be involved in, simply due to the fact that we have still, hold on, that's here it's clear that we have still this whole sell side here, right? Like these are relative equal highs. The difference between them are just 20 points, and 20 points in NASDAQ is barely nothing. So this is nothing I want to be involved in. Like what I want to see is take out some sell side and then go higher. But right now it's just shooting higher. But let's see. Let's see what price will do during the AM session. So now I would look just for the sentiment, right? I'm not looking for entries right now, but to get a feeling for the market, I would like to see how price is reacting on this opening range gap high. And for example, if we just touch it gently and then bounce off it with a displacement or something, this is giving me really strong bullishness, which could lead to the thought that we will rise to the real-time alpha value gap of yesterday. Still nothing I want to be involved in, but just for the sentiment, because I like to know where the price is heading towards to, even if I don't participate. Because, yeah, like in the end, that's how we learn, right? Watch and take conclusions. So let's see what the other indices are doing. That's pretty much what I want, what I like to see. DXY going lower, while Nasdaq is rising. That's something really nice, though. Yeah, like we still have only the divergence on the Dow, which is which is not what I want to see. Like I prefer to see divergence between Nasdaq and S&P, simply due to the fact that we have 100 stocks in here and 500 in the ES and only 30, I guess. I guess it's only 30. Yeah, it's 30 in the Dow, which means it's much easier for the Dow to have something meaningless as a meaningless move because of just one stock compared to lower probability in the S&P or in the Nasdaq with 100 or 500 stocks. So in the end, it's just a game of numbers. So I'm pretty sure we will test this level, and as soon as we do this, I want to see the reaction. It could also be possible that we just go through, but price isn't really giving me the sentiment of bearishness right now. So I really think that we look for the real-time alpha value gap of yesterday. But let's see. Even the 50-second chart, like if you have a look at the 50-second chart, it looks really nice. Like you have a very clean up move since the opening. Just hit lower to take out some sell side. We build it up, and since then we just searched for higher prices. What is pretty nice and pretty bullish to me. So what I would like to see would be something like this here and go higher from here on. Or what we also could do, I mean, that's also possible that we just go higher in a straight line. I mean, in 3 minutes, our macro is starting. Usually the macro is taking out a liquidity pool For example, going to the sell side would be like this move would be possible for the macro, but sometimes the macro is just driving crazy and it could also just rip higher without giving any chance to participate in that move. But like we will see in 1.5 minutes, we are smarter if we haven't already took it out until then. So as I said, I guess one of those two moves will happen. Um, I don't really think anymore that we will go lower to this last day low because um, this would be too much of a range right now. I mean, we talk about 200 points just for the macro, and that's a bit too much to me though. So I really think we will do one of those two moves. Mm, let me look what our ATR is. I like to look at the 7 ATR for the daily chart, like the previous 7 days. Oh, I have to close to uncheck the waiting until market is closing, and then we are on a ATR of 491. So the average true range is 491 points. If we take today, let's take the opening or the low after the opening. From here, we have like 250, 250 to 490. Like we have a lot of air, and I think we will go higher today. We drag this one to here as well. I think we will go higher because if we go to our order block, we would have the reaction I talked about before. Just let me see how many points this would be from the opening to. Yeah, like this seems valid to me. If we go to the order block low here, we would have like 432 points, which would be relative near to the ATR of 490. So this sounds valid to me, like something we could reach. We entered the macro right now. So as I said, usually we search for a sell side pool to go higher, like build something like a breaker, but we could also just rip higher. And this should be shown to us within the next, I would say, 5 minutes. Like the macro goes from 950 to 1010, and usually within the first 10 minutes of the macro, like 950 to 10, um, it really shows in which direction it wants to go. And normally that's the point where I enter, but today I will not. Like today I will not enter, at least not in my usual pattern, due to the fact that we have, as I said it before, like we have Powell speaking, we have Trump speaking later, we have NFP today, which is ripping anyways all the time. And yeah, so it's a very, very high risk day, and this price action isn't something which is giving me a good feeling to enter a trade today. There we go. So I'm pretty sure right now that we will not go below this low. I think we will take out the sell side here, this buy side here, um, before we do anything. Or what also could be, Sahul, that we do a seek and destroy day today. It's still possible, but I really don't think so. This is way too clean. Normally, if we start with such a clean price action, we don't see a seek and destroy day. because it's really respecting the levels. I mean, you see it here. Price just touched it gently. The opening range gap has gone lower, respected the opening range with the bodies. Then it had to make a displacement through this candle, like through our opening candle, and the next candle wasn't even able to hit the conquer encouragement of the opening candle. So um, uh, respect for levels you draw it out is always a sign for some clear price action. Seek and destroy or zigzagging, ping ponging usually isn't respecting any level. Like it normally spends a lot of time in your levels and just balance them without any reaction. And that's how you can um, that's how you can see the first signs of a high resistance liquidity run or of a seek and destroy. So let's see what price will do here. Yeah, so as it looks now, I really guess that we will take out this high, make a retracement um, into the leg we did now, and afterwards, maybe in the AM session, but I really think we will do it in the PM session. Search for even higher prices. Um, But let's see. It's all depending now on how price is reacting and if it takes out this buy side here. If if not, if we go lower and take out the sell side, it was just a trap for buyers. Like this is a huge displacement. Usually that's nothing I really want to see um, while looking for higher prices. But it could also be just a correction to take out these sellers in here, add these buyers in here with a stop loss around here. As I said, it's depending on how price is reacting here. Even though we made this up move, it could still test this level here before it goes higher. Um, it's a lot depending on how it's reacting on our levels, because this gives us the clearness about what price will do. So we have not much left until we arrive at our opening range. Like basically the level where I want to see some kind of reaction. There we go. If we close below with this displacement, that means that we have very, very strong tendencies to go lower. So let's delete my prediction before, because I I have the gut feeling that we will have some seek and destroy today. Like this was trapping people into longs, and now we will take out shorts. Could be, could be. But as I said, we have to close below the opening range gap, um, and not just wick through it, because just wicking through, like if it's closing above now, could be just attack on the stops. But we closed below, and now let's see how price is. Let's see how price is doing from below, if it's testing this level from below. Like the reaction is pretty nice. It came again above it. Um, Although it came above it without displacement, this could indicate that we just took out the sell side. So let's see. If we close above again, my target would switch like from this one to just this one here, because what we could do is we could build some equal highs and then look for the sell side, then go above. Um, yeah, like obviously it could also be possible that we just go higher and take out the buy side. Mm, This is depending right now on how or if it's acting anymore on this opening range gap high. If so, then we want to see a bounce with some displacement higher. If it does this one here again, like a displacement lower, and tests again this first real-time Marshall value gap from today, um, I will not consider guessing anymore where price is going, because even now it's very difficult for me to tell a direction. Like I don't have any real um, I don't have any real 100% certain direction where I think price will go. Like it's never 100%, but um, at least a higher percentage. to know it than not to. But today it's difficult. It's very difficult for me because we had a very nice run up after we took out some sell side at the opening, but we haven't reached the high yet. So yeah, I want to see it go up there. Let's see. So let's take this one off. Mm, this is what I would like to see. But yeah, as I said, I think we will take out this high and then we'll go lower. But let's see. Let's see what price is doing. Um, maybe we could also see nothing and price just accumulates in a very huge area until the Powell speech. Like what I do like within what I don't like is like I don't like that we go has got that we going through this with a displacement. But what I really like is the reaction of this equilibrium of the opening range gap and the high of the first return offer value gap. Like this reaction is it's pretty nice and also connected to a cluster of up candles. So that's something I really do like. And also it's not even respecting this level in the up move. Like that's a good sign, which means that maybe it's just not strong enough. So it had to react from here. Yeah, we will see. We will see how price is doing. Like as I said, for me, it's a very difficult market, and also the price action is kind of sloppy. We got again like huge wicks, kind of small bodies in between. Uh, Yeah, like nothing really. That's not a sexy price action to me. But it could also be just my head, because sometimes I look at the chart in aftermath and like it's so clear and so obvious to me. Price did. I mean, sometimes I still don't get it, even in aftermath, especially on NFP days. But man, there are some days where I don't see anything during the day, and I think the price action is so hard and so difficult. And in aftermath, I look at the charts like at my weekly journal, and I just think how stupid I can be to not see those entries there, right? But yeah, anyway, anyhow, as I said several times, this is how we learn. Also, I don't want to fucking destroy my win streak just for stupidness, just for taking a trade. That's not that's not why I'm here. We should invite like a psychiatrist and he should analyze the behavior of a trader during and before taking a trade. Would be pretty funny though. But for this stuff, we either need to be profitable in trading or we need to have a lot of you guys tuning in. But as soon as we have it, I would do it. Someone who is specialized on gambling addiction. Man, it really would be nice. I'm triggered now. I need this. There we go. We go lower to the opening range gap settlement again. Like in this case, the opening range gap high. I still want to see the reaction of it. Mm, Although we haven't really respected this level the last three times we touched it. Um, I expect it to be a reactionary level here because I really don't want it to see touch the equilibrium or the real-time alpha value gap of today again. Like, there we go, touched it. I want to see some movement higher. Like, not only this, I really want to see movement higher because if we go lower from here, in my eyes, price will not really have a clear direction. It's just hard resistance liquidity run and just ping ponging around. Yeah, there we go. Like, that's what I don't want to see. That's tricking people into the market. That's really like, hold on, where is my mouse? Here we go. This move here, this is all tricking buyers into the market because, like, just imagine if you, let's say you take this OTE here, right? Let's say you catch this one. You think, oh, nice, the bodies stay above this 0.79 level. The wick wasn't able to take out this low, which would be your OTE, right? So you would take it, all right. And where would your take profit be? Like normally here, right? I mean, yeah, if you're really, really low hanging fruit, target oriented, it could be this one, but like most of the people would take it here. Why? Because it's the most obvious high in the whole last time. So you would put your take profit here, your stop loss here. And normally, as soon as you take out a high, which would be this one, yeah, it would be the first high before this one, you would drag your stop loss somewhere. Maybe, let's think. If you go above this high, you would drag your stop loss maybe somewhere below this level or below this high, because this would act in terms of resistance, right? Or support if you're above it. And then here, boom, it would knock you out before you could take your profits. So, like, I could be wrong with this, but that's how I would do it. And this price would knock the fuck out of me. like, like this is the kind of price action I enter my downward spiral, and I just lose more and more and more and more money because I can't stop. So basically the meaning of a gambling addiction, right? So that's what I talked about just now. I really don't want to see this. This is what I don't like it. I don't like it to stay inside of this range here and not take out any buy side nor any sell side. Like, yeah, now we took out the most recent sell side, but like this is not tradable. This is not tradable. Maybe if you trade like 15 seconds, 30 seconds, which I wouldn't do because my mind can't comprehend the movement of a 15-second chart, at least not for now. Um, Later in my development, maybe, but yeah, like the market isn't hunting people who are well developed. The market is hunting people which are um, new, right? New in the market, the easiest targets, I would say. Yeah, so basically we do the same thing we did here, right? We made an OTE. I'm pretty sure this is one. Yeah, so we're a bit above it. Above the OTE would be an OTE. Now we go lower. Now I'm very curious if we take out the low or if we just do the same thing again and if we go higher from here on. Let me just look for Sahul and to tell him which video it was from. ICT with a Seek and Destroy. It was ICT Mentorship 2022 Seek and Destroy. There we go. Yeah. Holy shit, it was 2024. Well, close enough. I will DM it. How is it possible here? Is it even possible? It should be, man. Nah, come on. No, man, this guy hasn't any way to contact him, but I got an idea. It's the unconventional way. I will comment below a video of him. I hope he's not mad about this. I mean, even if he is, he can delete it, right? So there we go. I hope I can help him with this. Like, discovering how to find seek and destroy was a very huge step for me. Because, yeah, as I said, like most of the time, this kind of price action was taking me completely out of not only the market, but out of each funding, out of each account I made. And yeah, um, since I avoid this kind of price action, I trade like less, like very less. But um, my losing rate is way lower. Like I do win more often, way more often. I'm a bit more afraid though. Like I close my trades way earlier than I did it before I avoided price action because I don't want to do mistakes. But like that's the next thing I have to target and I have to deal with. Um, for now, um, it's still avoiding this kind of price action. And as soon as I got this one, and I really um, and I'm really good at avoiding it, I will attack staying longer into trades because um, yeah, not staying long into trades, but making a lot of wins with a high win rate is good, man. Like if I would trade with higher stakes, I would make higher um, income, and it would still be worth it. But before I go to minis, um, I will learn to stay longer in the trades because yeah, I will really master the markets. Mm, I will really know what I do before I go into higher stakes. And like as soon as let's say as soon as I catch on a regular basis 60 to 80 points, which was my average before I avoided certain price actions. And after I reached this one, I will switch to um, NASDAQ mini again, like from micro to mini. Like this oops. This price action is really yeah, nasty. Like it's really bad. I really don't like it. Maybe it's just me, but I can't do anything with it. Um, Even more due to the fact um, that we have a lot of wicks here. That's like I say it very often. Even in the last few streams, I said it several times. Price action with huge wicks, I really try to avoid them. Like I really don't want to see them, or at least I don't want to see myself in them. Pretty nice. Yeah, so let's go back to the 1 minute. Mm, yeah, like this is really just dancing around. It's doing nothing right now, but catching buyers and sellers and keeping them in the market. Because right now, either way you go, if you took shorts or if you took longs, you're um, you are a prisoner to the market right now, right? Like it gives you no exit. It gives you not a real entry because it leaves all this. Um, Hold on here. It leaves all this buy side and all this sell side still in play. So it just plays around with everyone who is messing with the market right now. Like I will not say what I don't want to say is like you can make money on this market, but it's very difficult. It's very difficult to say where price is heading to. Like if you, for example, if you go long or if you go short, it's very difficult to tell where price will stop and where it will change its direction. And if you take the lowest hanging fruit, you can never be sure. Like, for example, if you take this one here, if you were able to go long here because of the OTE, um, sure, you could have took your profits out here, but what gives you the confidence that price will not first go to take out the last day high before it goes in your direction? Because I mean, even due to the fact that we have this OTE here, um, nothing really tells you that we couldn't go lower, right? Because this is a huge sell side here. So this would be too high risk for me though. But like taking this one here. I'm sure I'm sure there are people made money out of it, but yeah, it's up to you if you want to have such a high risk. I mean, high risk goes always hand in hand with a low percentage of good trades. What I mean is, um, if you only take high risk entries, the percentage of winners will be lower, right? Because high risk is always um, more trades failing than on low risk. I mean, it's all just a numbers game. So it could work out. Like, for example, if you have on high risk trades a risk to reward ratio from, man, I don't know, something to 5 to 1, something about around about 5 to 1. Sure, it could work out because to have five losing strikes it's possible, but if one win makes all of them um, back to your account, I mean that's a good thing. It's, as I said, it's a numbers game. In the end, you have to calculate your win rate. You have to calculate your usual risk you take, your average win, and from there on, you can just mathematically calculate where you are, if you are profitable, if you will be profitable or not. Like you can't say it 100% sure, of course, but um, you have a percentage, like where you say, okay, I will be profitable 80% of the time on average, and that's a good one. I mean, you always will have losing trades, but it's about cutting the losers and holding the winners, right? Because many people just marry the idea of the trade will turn. It's like they're in loss, and I've been there too. They're in loss like several hundreds of thousands or thousands of dollars. And yeah, they just hope and wait for their price to turn and to go into their direction. So they hold on to even more. And yeah, like at some point, there comes your margin call, and that's it. That's it then with your trade. There we go. Like everyone who has been long here with the target up here, which is absolutely reasonable because it's the last really obvious high, right? Has been taken out here. Like price tricked you into a long, just knock you out after it. Um, That's what I mean. Like my thought here was as well that we will go higher. I really thought it. I don't thought that we will go lower to break this. At least it wasn't what I wanted to see. Um, if this would have been the first move, like if the opening would have been somewhere here up and then down, I would use this right now in the macro. But yeah, that's nothing I want to be involved in. Like I will not. Now it's 100% clear that I will not participate today in any trades. Like I will just tape read without taking anything. Very curious right now how price is or will act below this level. I said it in the second previous video, I think, what always happens to me, like in exactly this type of condition, of market condition, is that before I sticked to my hours as I do it now, um, I used to take every macro. Like for example, right now we are in the 1020 to 1040 macro, which is the only macro within the two macros. Like normally there is no um, X20 to X40 macro. Usually it's X50 to X10, like the last 10 minutes and the first 10 minutes of each new hour. The 10 o'clock hour is the only one which has three macros, like the 950 to 1010, 1020 to 1040, and 1050 to 1110. And this one is always messing with me. Like I usually used to think that this is my pattern and it will go higher again and then give me my entry here and shoot higher. But what it usually does, I don't want to say does it now because still we have NFP, we have Powell speaking, later we have Trump news. Um, Also, it's NFP right now. Like we have several things speaking against uh, normal price action right now. But in general, this is what it does. It tricked me. It goes above and then displaced lower and just crashed lower. And I was long, and I just catch the falling knife with this displacement lower here. Yeah, it was a mess. And man, this costs me. This has cost me like I'm not sure, but at least three accounts. This exact thing, three times. Three times I was like a fucking goldfish. Um, Forgetting about it each time and just jumping in because I was like a, I don't know, like a dog seeing a bone. I was out of my mind. Yeah, but let's see what Price is doing. So I will stick with you guys until 11:10, and maybe like depending on the price action, I will tune in later before Powell speaks just to tape read the action. But for me, I really don't see any reason to stick to the market. This is right now the only very interesting part for me. Sahul, man, thank you very much. I appreciate that, man. If you have further questions, I'm here, man. I will help you as good as I can and as good as possible. I cannot explain everything, but what I can do is save you a lot of time in the videos of ICT. Like if you have special questions, I can send you the videos where I learned it. Because yeah, it took a lot of time for me to learn those things. Especially because I was very unorganized at the beginning and I just looked at the ICT videos without writing anything down. But yeah, like after watching them two or three times, I I learned that I have to write down things, and so I can just share with you the videos where I learned what from, and it's much easier to hop into his videos with a bit of knowledge behind it, and instead of just starting from zero, because it's a lot of material he has there, and it's very important to start right, because otherwise it's a bit overwhelming. But yeah, thank you very much, Sahul. It means a lot to me. You're welcome, man. So yeah, let's take a look at the heat map. Um, there we go. Like this is suspect to me. This is really suspect to me. Like we got tag here in most green and only light red. I mean, it's most of them are pretty much neutral, I guess. Yeah, we got like plus 0.992%. I mean, Avgo is pretty strong with 3.26%, but if we compare it to the last days, where we really dealt with Nvidia having plus 4.8% at the opening and turned down to minus 1.5, which is, I don't know, 6% within a few hours, which is a lot for stocks, right? Um, or Apple dealing with -2, going to plus three, which is also like 4%. Today it's pretty calm, right? Mm, we haven't done that much, but yeah, still I like you're in positive here. Um, yeah, good. Here a bit negative, but for me it's like either it's neutral or even a bit into the positive. So it's giving me even more the sign that it's giving me even more the sign that I don't want to be involved in this market. Let me drag this to this side. Yeah, most of them are not tech. So, well, I want to go back. Like that's S&P here. Let's search for NASDAQ. I mean, look, most of the NASDAQ charts are really green or neutral. Um, like even if we stick to the neutral stuff, where is it? Oh no, here. Even if we stick with the neutral idea, I don't really get why we're tanking that much. Anyway, anyhow, I mean it's NFP, it's non-farm payroll. We got a lot of stuff going on in the background. We got the Ukraine war. We got really much uncertainty regarding to war in Europe. Trump wants to close uh, Trump wants to close a few of his how is it called in consulate? I guess it's the same, right? Give me a second. Yeah, consulate. Trump wants to close like 10, I guess it was 10 consulates in Germany. Like this bear move right now, it's not only regarding to the stocks in the Nasdaq itself, but also on the whole sentiment in the market, I guess. Because, yeah, as I said, like we got a lot of stuff going on the in the world right now. We got a lot of uncertainty to many things like economic things, war-related things. It's crazy what is going on right now. So um, it's not a wonder. Also, we got a lot of big people with bearish sentiment. I think I'm not sure if it's recently. I have no date, but as far as I know, even Warren Buffett liquidated a lot of his stocks, like a lot of his stocks into cash. And like everyone knows that cash has no value. So he will not make money out of cash. So this seems to me like he expects a crash in the market, like which would be reasonable due to all the facts we have um, surrounding our environment. But yeah, I mean, let's see. We can't just analyze and do nothing about it, but when we look to the daily, it looks pretty much like this is, you can't tell that this isn't bearish here, right? Um, and it's not only grabbing liquidity. This is, for me, this is looking for something more um, in terms of liquidity, like maybe, I don't know, this one here. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, well, this is pretty low. We shouldn't go below 19,000 because that would be a mess. Anyway, anyhow, we want to see the reaction of the price on the last day high. And if price is not respecting, now, now here comes my ultimatum to the price. If price isn't reacting on this level, like if it just does what it did before, just go through and not respecting it, I will close the stream. I will close the stream because it makes no sense, neither for me nor for you, to participate in me reading the price wrong. Um, I will still stick to the charts, of course, but I will do it offline and I will learn while doing it, um, comparing it to last price actions. And if it respects the last day high, then I will stick with the price and see what it will do at least until 11:10 and like the end of the last macro. And as soon as the last macro is um, and as soon as the last macro is finished, I will close the stream because then midday starts like lunch, and after lunch there will be Powell speaking, and also Trump speaking, and I will not be a part of this. But hold on, let's have a look what Trump is speaking about. By the way, I have this calendar from Tanya Trades. Um, hold on, why can't I? I want to. Oh, come on. Why isn't this working? Is it just me, or is the keyboard sometimes really messing around with with your combinations you put in there? All right. I got this calendar from Tanya Trades because let me make this as a compared one for you. Like we have Forex Factory. Well, this is a bad example. Look, shit. Normally there is no hour when Trump is speaking, right? So let's look at Wednesday, I think. Was it Wednesday? Hold on, let me search this one. Mm, I think they added it. Like, yeah, they added this hours and aftermath normally, and this today it's really the first time I see the hour on it. But usually when there is Trump speech as an event for the day, for the day today, for example, there is no hour. There is just tentative Trump is speaking because they either they don't know it or they don't care. I really don't know. But on this year on the financial choose calendar, don't get mixed up by my hours here. Just ignore them because they're wrong. They're in my time zone, so they're different in your time zone. There's a difference from 6 hours here. So, what the fuck? Man, why is here Trump speaking at 4, which was like 49 minutes ago? Oh, nice. That's pretty cool. I wasn't aware of this. Look at the breaking. Putin is said to be ready to agree Ukraine truce with condition. Like, this is giving you real-time news. Well, this is a cool calendar, man. This is a pretty cool calendar. It's way better than Forex Factory. I used to use Forex Factory because it's really easy to read, right? Like this is more difficult because you got like a lot of distractions, like a lot of colors, and it's not clear on the first view what event is when and what event is what which event is doing, which is here like Forex Factory is it is the Apple the of the um, economic calendars. But well, this here is really nice, like with the breaking part, and also you got the also you got the news here. Ah, now I get it. Trump speaks in blue. We have to find out what blue is, right? I will find it out in Aftermath. Anyway, anyhow, that's not the point here. The point is, um, this one is way more clearer in terms of time because normally the Forex Factory isn't giving you an exact time, while Financial Choose is giving you an exact time about every event which is ongoing or which is up to. So yeah, I think I will use Financial Choose for the future. By the way, this is free. Let me see if it's asking me again about. No, it's not. It's not asking me this again. It's asking you if you enter it the first time for your mail, password, and username. It's free. Like it's not costs anything. I would recommend you to make a waste mail, like a mail you only use for purposes for trading. I don't know. Just your name and trades after it and at gmail.com. So you can register and submit all your stuff just for this mail so you don't get a lot of spam mails on your normal mail account. So I would recommend doing really some separate mail just for trading reasons so you can log in everywhere and use this mail account without getting distracted on your um, private private mail or on your business mail what would be even worse. Yeah, so you see it here. That's what I outlined before, what I don't want to see. Although we respected this level with the bodies or this levels with the bodies, um, we have gone through um, our last day high. And as I said before, this is the price action which costed me, which was costing, which costed me, which was costing. I'm not an American, so long hair, don't care, right? um, no, this is the price action which knocked me out most of the time. Tricked me into a long. This would have been normally my long entry here somewhere. Basically here, right on the 15-second chart. I don't trade the 15-second chart, but I use it for entries, which means as soon as price on 1 minute is giving me some um, patterns where I look for entries, I switch to the 15-second chart and I consider entering here into gaps or imbalances or stuff. But my targets and my stop loss and my like the major of my analysis happens on the 1 minute chart. Um, exactly what I said before. Normally it tricks me into going long here, but I don't know what price will do today. Like it could just rip off higher or just do what it does every time. It's NFP, it's um, Paul was speaking. I don't have to say it several times. We got a lot of news today, a lot of news, and there is a lot of stuff going on. Also, this thing here with Putin, 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 right now. This is high. Like this is very Um, this has to have yeah some some kind of word constellation here. I don't know why I have such a difficult time right now. Normally that's not the case. But yeah, like this is with very high impact on the market. Um, and yeah, like just imagine this is giving euphoria to the market because the thing which is giving the market right now the most weight to it and dragging it down, it's the Ukrainian war because escalation in the war between Ukraine and Russia would easily lead to WW3, right? And we we all not want this to happen. And I think that's why we have such a unclear market. I wouldn't say it's a bearish market, but I would say the sentiment it's very volatile. Like right now, for example, you have a huge euphoria because people see some end in this whole war, and in the next minute, when they're not finding some deal to make peace, we're again at on the brick for WW3, and the sentiment shift is very strong right now. So it's just playing with feelings, right? Like in one moment, it seems like the world could be healed again and everything could be cool again, and in the next moment, um, like this, it's destroyed, and you're again at a lot of fear on the market. And I mean, everything you have as a sentiment, you can one-to-one um, put it on the market because basically you deal with people, right? So when you have fear, you can think that most of the people have fear at this special moment. And if you have euphoria due to news, like not if you just have a good day and you have a euphoria, you don't have to expect that the market is going higher because of that. But if you read some news and the news are very euphoric, you can consider that the market will be euphoric as well. Um, yeah, as I said, I mean, in the end, it's all just a numbers game, and you have to um, transmit your thoughts and your feelings to the market. And most of the time, you just have to do the opposite of it, because like not in terms of feelings, but in terms of your mindset. Mm, I don't know what his name was. There is a very famous trader, like a very famous trader. He makes a lot of advertising on YouTube. And he says, wait, I have to look up his name. ICT posted today about him. And in one video, this guy said, always put your entry where you would put your stop loss. And yeah, there is something to it because if you're in the market um, for a bit of a time. Let me see. Let me search for this. Tom Hugard. It's Tom Hugard. He said, always put your entry where your stop loss would be. And well, seems like Trump is speaking now. Man, I have no idea what is going on. It's really, look at this. I mean, it says before he spoke 1 hour ago, and it says that he will speak at 2030. This would be like 2:30 in New York time, and now it's live. Like, what the fuck? Anyway, anyhow, this is the market recently. Unpredictable. Uh, but yeah, I lost it. Fuck. Um, yeah, exactly. Tom Hugard. He said, put your entry where your stop losses. And like most of traders would agree, if you there is a phase in your trading, like it's within the first half year where you always get triggered, where always your stop loss get triggered, and immediately after your stop loss is hit, the price turns. Like your stop loss is always the turning point. And if you switch this and you put your entry to your stop loss, this would mean you catch always the low. It is right in this period of development, but after it, it's not anymore like this because you learn out of it. And like I don't catch the low of it anymore, but I developed in so far that when my stop loss is hit, it still happens that my stop loss is the low. Like I don't want to say that it never happened again, but very rarely. Like before, it was always the thing, and right now, if my stop loss gets hit, most of the time I'm really wrong. Like it's not the turning point, and my whole bias was wrong, and that's why my stop loss is there, right? Like when my stop loss gets hit and the price continues going down, I'm absolutely fine with it because then my whole bias was wrong. That's where my stop loss is here to protect me. But yeah, if your stop loss is the turning point, that's not the reason for it. It's not the reason why you put it on. And um, yeah, so I would say you can try it if you recognize you're in this exact period where your stop loss is the turning point. You can make a bit money out of it if you change your entry to your stop loss, but as you continue to develop, this will not be um, this will not bring you positive results to infinity because you would change a lot of things. You understand the market differently, and you will see. You will see after time. It's very difficult to explain development in trading. And I really hoped that ICT will bring out some psychology book about trading because in the end and after each lesson you learn, you recognize that the only thing which is a hindrance to you, is it hindrance, I guess. Let me see. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. It's yeah, hindrance. Hindrance to you is your mind. Like most of the time, it's your own mind which is blocking you from positive results, and not the price itself. Because prices, if you know how to read price, it is pretty much showing you if it wants you to be in or not. And the reason why so many people fail is they don't listen to their mind. Like if my mind tells me you better not trade today because it's an uncertainty in the market, I don't trade. And there are very rarely times where it would have end well when I would trade those days. Um, so I don't regret it, even if I would have made profits on that special day. But that's something you have to grow into, and you will learn over time. And that's like the reason most traders fail is regarding to this. And there is like at least I haven't found any book right now which is explaining this far enough to come over it, or at least to know it, to know it before it appears. Normally, there is the need of a trading book where which gives you part one is this hindrance in your mind, part two is this hindrance in your mind, and you have to make tests through it to know on which special hindrance you are right now. This would make it a lot of this would make it a lot easier to see where you are and what demons you have to fight. And also, it would make it a lot more difficult to give up. Because, yeah, most of the people give up because they think they will never reach the level of profitability. But if they see, hey, okay, it's in the book, and I guess most of the traders go through this and they're profitable now, it gives you some confidence that you're not alone and other people has gone through this as well and are not profitable. So that's something we really need in the market. As I said, like this price action, it's for me it's very difficult and it's really not something I want to be in. I will close the stream here because like there is no reason for me to be in, especially with Trump speaking right now. I will listen to his speech. I will see what impact this will have on price. And yeah, like um, it was a good day. Um, I loved it that Sehul joined and brought a bit live living live living into my chat and ask some questions. I really love to help. So if anyone has some questions, just bring them. I will help as far as I can. And if not, most of the time I have sources to give to you to help you. So yeah, it was a um, very thank you, so thank you that you sticked with it. I wish you also a good day. If you take some trades today, I wish you profitability and I hope you end this week net positive, but be careful in calm waters. They can easily harm. So thank you for tuning in. Have a nice time. And I hear you next time. Monday, I'm live at 9:15 again. So until then, have a nice